Hello and welcome to Kindle Love Stories, where we talk about love and romance and happy endings. I'm your host, Laura Roppé. Now this week, our theme is werewolves and shapeshifters. With me on the line, I have author Dani Harper. Dani is a wonderful author. She has the Changeling series. The first book was a 2012 Rita finalist, and she has two other series that we really want to talk about in the works. The Grimm series featuring Storm Warrior. The first book will be out this August. Publishers Weekly has just given it a starred review, which is their highest rating, and described it as immensely satisfying with just a hint of spice. And Dani's bringing us the Dark Wolf series featuring First Bite, a werewolf book, which will be out in October. Hello, Dani Harper. Welcome to Kindle Love Stories.
Hello.
How does it feel to be able to connect with an entire audience that gets you, that gets shapeshifters and werewolves, that you're not alone in your love of these things?
People are fascinated with werewolves and shapeshifters, and it might even be as simple as a subconscious desire to get back in touch with nature.
Let's talk first about Storm Warrior, which is a shapeshifter book.
It's not your average shapeshifter story. I love Welsh fairy tales and Celtic lore and all of that. And one of the legends is about the Grimm, the legend of the black dog. And if you love a ghost story, this is quite a wonderful thing. It dates all the way back to Celtic times, and the black dog is the herald of death. And if you see the animal, you are destined to die very soon. The dog appears without warning. It follows people, sometimes chases people, and then disappears without a trace. I simply had the hapless hero stumble onto fairy territory, and they turned him into a Grimm.
You have managed to weave in a modern-day telling of this incredible lore. So I tip my hat to you. And I am not the only person tipping my hat to you, because Publishers Weekly has raved and raved about your book.
I was so surprised, and I have to tell you, really humbled by that.
And tell me about the reaction from fans. In this new day and age, you can interact with people so easily who've read your books.
I am so thrilled to have social media available now, and I have a wonderful following. It has been said that romance readers are some of the nicest people in the world, and I agree with that. I have just lovely people. And I value their opinions. They will often tell me, oh, this was great, we really love this, but what about this? What about writing a story about this? What about this question? This didn't get answered. And they make me a better writer. They do.
Yeah, and
I pay attention to detail for their sake. And I really have to tell you, I love what Publishers Weekly said, but I'm waiting to see how the readers react, because it's a book is a co-creation. I mean, I write the story, but until it comes together in the reader's mind, until the reader is seeing it in their own imagination, it's not complete.
Absolutely. You write so others can read and connect and enjoy and be entertained and be lifted to another world, right? Especially someone like you who writes literally a fantasy world for us. What would you do if you were a shapeshifter?
I would truly love to be a wolf. I have such admiration and respect for these beautiful animals. I had a farm in northern Canada, in northern Alberta, and an entire pack of wolves ran across my yard in broad daylight. They looked happy. It was the darndest thing. I had the most powerful impression that the wolves were happy. They were happy to be together, and they were happy to be hunting. I felt so privileged to have seen them. And I'm sure that really helped to inspire my first group of characters, the MacLeod family, who are changelings or werewolves.
No doubt that inspired you just to hear you talk about it. Because I could have seen a pack of wolves go by and I would have said, wow, pack of wolves. But you believe me, I wouldn't have written about the MacLeod family. So this was your destiny.
Perhaps. Maybe it was the universe saying, you really should write about this. I'm not sure.
No, I'm sure. But, you took the words right out of my mouth.
It remains one of the most choice experiences of my life.
So now let's talk about your Dark Wolf series, which features First Bite, which is actually coming out a little bit later in October. You've talked about your experience with wolves and how that deeply touched you and how you empathized and saw through their eyes and could feel their hearts. So tell us about First Bite.
This was a different book for me. And it was a book that wanted to be written, which may sound kind of strange. But if you're a writer, you tend to have strange experiences. I was sitting in the SeaTac airport in Seattle, and I had a long layover. I always have my laptop with me. And for some reason, the characters just began talking. And I was writing it down as quickly as I could, and by the time it was time to get on the plane, I had the first chapter. And they're such interesting characters. They don't get along all that well. I had such fun writing it.
You know, I have the privilege of talking to writers now virtually every single week. And I hear so frequently people say what you just said, which is that the characters start talking and you're just trying to transcribe as fast as you can. That's a magical experience, I would imagine.
Or a schizophrenic one.
Or a schizophrenic one. I'm trying to spin it positively here, Dani. Come on, work with me. So tell me, though, what is your process? Does it vary? Are you a plotter? Do you make vast notes, or do you just trust the movie playing inside your head?
I have copious notes. I leave a trail of paper wherever I am. At the car, people's houses, wherever I am, there is paper falling out of my purse. And I have an office, plus I have every horizontal surface in the house covered. My husband is my first beta reader, and my youngest daughter, who is 27, is also, she's the other beta reader. And between them, I have a person in my husband, who has never read the paranormal and certainly never read a romance. I mean, my husband is a true Alaska mountain man, fisherman, outdoorsy kind of guy, and my daughter is an absolutely rabid fan of paranormal romance. So between the two of them, if they both like what I've written, I feel like I got it.
That's great. I love that. We will put links to you and to your books at kindlelovestories.com. So I just want to say, everybody, that was Dani Harper, the author of the upcoming Storm Warrior, coming out August 6th, and First Bite, which will be due out in October. Shapeshifters, werewolves. Dani Harper, you are a master. Now, you have a deadline tomorrow, you said. Better get chopping. Better get back to the computer.
I better get going.
Better get going.
The laptop is calling.
It is, yes. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching another episode of Kindle Love Stories. If you want to let us know what you want to see on the show, go to kindlelovestories.com and drop us a line. Now go out there and make your life a love story.